Alright, so here, your first obstacle is to run through these little fish bags. Sometimes you can skip some animations, or get faster ones. That was pretty slow. And then right here, what is the button? Alright, so if you hit your take cover button, it'll slide you closer to those things really quickly. But that's a little bit iffy. That's like how it controls. Whenever you land from each jump, you can do a roll. Alright, so right here is where this is going to be different from the world record video. You don't want to do that. And then that guy will drop his gun. The world record video doesn't do this because this was found after it. This is really weird, and this won't work on console. So right here you need to break your fall by rolling. I didn't get it, but whatever. And this is pretty funny, because the police won't take your gun here. Alright, and this is the end of the first dumb shit. Where's the button to skip this? Enter. God damn it. Fucking screenshot. Anyway, so you skip all these cutscenes, skip all the 10 million cutscenes. This game is a fucking movie, by the way. I don't know why they made it a game. Should have been a movie. Alright.
Still getting used to being back, huh?
Yeah. So Winston's a red pole now?
All this territory is Winston's. The dog eyes are pushing in.
Also, if you're just starting out to run this game, if you're watching this video like 8 months from now, or some bullshit, a good time to aim for is sub 340. That is a decent time. Holy shit, lady, fuck off. God, I hate the NPCs in this game. Anywho, so this gun is important. It's gonna make everything speed up. So we're gonna drop it. Drop it. Alright. Then maximize that. Alright. So these guys you can kill however the fuck you want, but the best way to kill them is to throw them into this table, because they have more health. And you want to throw them pressing your F key. I don't remember like what it's called like in game. And ideally you get what's called a double throw, like a regrab. Like I got it on one of these guys. Maybe I get on this guy. I didn't get it on this guy, but through a certain combination of inputs, you can regrab them very quickly to save some time. Each of them takes 2 throws, and then you can just run into here, and that kills this guy.
Damn, Way. What did they do to you in America, man?
Make sure. Alright. So I'm pretty sad I can't show you guys that, because there's no other video of it on the internet. I don't know why my computer's not doing it anymore. Or if it's just, maybe they patched it. Anyways, right here, just counter this guy a couple times, and then fuck around.
That all you got? Shit, huh? Let's see what happens when shit gets real. You gonna back down?
You can really control the moves you do, by the way. Like, it looks like you can't, but like, this will always be like a mule kick. By facing away. And then turn, and then do like a quarter circle, and you'll do a hook kick like that. Try not to counter these guys way too much, because you can get slow-mo and that slows the game down. And then this section of the game is like, basically the first 20 minutes of this game is hella boring. And you have to worry about crowd RNG.
Yeah, COD years ago. After we moved to the States, you tried to kick that shit butt.
That sucks. She was, you know, really alive.
My mother thought maybe a new city, new country, the hooks went deep.
And once you start on that shit,
And also try to stay out of Jackie's way, or it'll push you like that.
Yeah, she started.
oh man.
He'll also push guys out of the way for you, kinda.
Yep.
But he also won't walk as fast as you, unless you're in front of him.
Tell Winston?
No, you?
Shit, Wade. Winston's the boss, but when we were kids, you were the only person who was nice to me. You were my best friend, man. That means more than a boss, you know? Joey Kwan sells pirate DVDs. Let's start with him.
Walk all the way up to the counter, or otherwise Whale will go through a slower animation.
How can I help?
Winston runs this place, and if you don't want trouble, you pay him.
You can also make Way's head twitch in these things. Now we're going to run to the next vendor, extort some more money. You will have to learn how to maneuver around enemies. It's pretty intuitive. Not enemies, but NPCs. I like talking to this guy from over here.
Winston? Dog guy said he's in charge here.
We're here to clarify that. What? You want to be the guy we use to clear up the confusion?
I'm not afraid, you guys.
Vault. Grab. This game's movement is very wonky.
I'm glad I can make you see reason.
Take the money. Dog guy won't be happy.
Alright, now we're gonna run over here. And if we had a gun, this whole section would be completely different, but we don't have our gun. You're gonna run to the left side of this table. You can do a little vault thing if you want, or the take cover thing. I'm gonna run up here. I'm gonna get both those guys. I'm gonna try to get this guy. He's not working out with me. This all depends on like RNG, sort of. So hopefully Jackie will aggro this other guy, and he didn't. So I'm gonna throw him. I'm gonna do one stomp, and he should be dead. 2 stomps, whatever. It's pretty slow. What I got there. Ideally, you get 3 vault kicks, and if you haven't caught on already, vault kicking is the best way to take care of multiple enemies, because you can get multiple enemies in one sweep. Which is going to be our goal in this next section when you extort this other vendor. So you can actually skip this cutscene. You're going to run outside of the vendor area. You're going to run over here, and that's going to bring most of the enemies over here. That's going to line most of them up. And Way's going to be a shitlord. He does that a lot. He's going to vault over the wrong area. I got 2 enemies. I'm going to run back over here. Hope some of them get back over here. This will be going pretty badly. This will be a reset worthy in my opinion. But I reset way too much here for... There we go. And now since this guy is aggro to Jackie... Oh, never mind. Jackie's a piece of shit. But if Jackie had kept an aggroed, then what we would have done is we would have pressed the grapple button twice, and that would have done what's called a ninja kill, and Wei will instantly kill him. However, he was kind of low health, so the best thing for me to have done there would have been to do a jump kick. The way you can see an enemy's health is you can press shift, or I don't know if someone wants to run this with a controller. The world record is ran with a controller, but mouse is better for shooting sections. Driving is about the same, but it's up to personal preference for the most part. But you will, except for shooting, you will always aim better with a mouse than a fucking controller. Sliding is fast, and also gets enemies out. Helps you avoid enemies. So right here, this is pretty fucking stupid. Enemy, not enemy, but look, these guys basically are your enemies. Everything in this game is your enemy, except cars. No, even cars. I have to you have to scoot guys out of the way so that make sure you can stay in the center. And there's a stupid bitch who's gonna throw an audio line and make you fucking go slow as shit.
You sent over some lunch, but I haven't paid yet. Can you take this back to the restaurant?
All right.
But you can just like lose 5 seconds there just from having to push an NPC out of the way. Ideally, you run through as few enemies as possible, and Wei doesn't do that. Right here, you would still have your gun. In this fight, you want to throw these guys into these things, but you want to make sure you stop before you get to them, or else Wei will tackle them to the ground. And that's the general theme with all the enemies and most of the melee sections. I'm gonna try to stomp this guy. That's not a stomp. You get a feel for how much health each enemy has and how much everything you do damages them. That's a stomp. Stomps do a lot of damage, but they're not reliable. Okay, let me actually show you the ideal way to kill an enemy, because I'm just freestyling it here. Punch all these guys with a grapple combo, full punch grapple combo. Throw them once, the E key, and then that kills these enemies in the first section of the game that aren't high health enemies.
This is for Susan's lunch.
Thanks.
You can do a jumping kick upstairs to save a little bit of time, because it doesn't make Wei go into the stair walk animation, which slows him down. Jump through the window. Run back to where we were going, or where we were. Sometimes you can get really close to an NPC and you won't get any collision, but sometimes you will, so it's really hard to make a call most of the time. You don't have to talk to that guy, you just have to run up to this and it triggers the cutscene. Sometimes he pushes every enemy in your way. Sometimes he pushes them out of your way. And sometimes enemies will be on the right side of the bridge, sometimes they won't, or NPCs. And then that's why you don't want to always do the slide, because sometimes I will just be like, nah bruh, you got it. After this you can't do a roll, it's like programmed in. Sometimes this guy can get really slow, and you won't have to do this. So what you have to do here is you have to wait and then run to the right. There's another way to do it that I don't, is you can wait for him to you can run to the left and then to the right, but it's really up to you. Kilo's radio should do it. Now, I didn't know this for a while, but you can just jump straight up here, like that. I did that perfectly. Somehow, I guess not. Good job, good game. This game's really fucking good, I promise. You should really run this game. Fucking great game. Without a doubt, one of the best. Alright, so bring these guys over here, throw them off with E. There's a good way and a bad way. That first one was bad, that one was bad. If it's good, then they'll die. That was good. That was bad. If they hit the rail, it's bad, and they'll come back up. But this is faster. Alright, and now I have to wait for this fucking guy. then Wade probably did the longest animation. And then Wade didn't pick up the knife. And so normally there you would do a whole, what's called a light combo, where you don't hold the attack button. And then you do a throw, and then you do a 4-punch roundhouse combo, or a 3 light punches, and then a finisher. Also, you want to make sure you like untick all the DLC, or you can just go in and delete it, since you're probably going to be pirating this game. Since you can't fucking buy it anymore, because they want you to get the definitive edition, even though the original version has 10 million DLCs. Alright, so I'm going to do these first 2 missions, so you guys can see. Oops, that's wrong. What you want to do is you're going to get on this moped. Someone messaged me. Who messaged me? Was it on Discord? The fuck was that noise? Oh, that was Facebook. Alright. So, you're gonna be on the lookout for taxis. This is why you want your fucking graphic settings on. Like, it doesn't matter, like all these others, but what you want is you want, fucking, where is it? World density. You want world density on extreme, which is basically a weird way of saying, draw distance. Alright. So, I don't think, good driving. So what I did there, you can store a charge of, like, queuing a taxi, pretty much. Like, usually you'll have to charge up your meter when you get close to it, but if you just hold, like, a couple seconds before you walk up to it, then you don't have to. Also, the ideal way of doing this is to take this mission first. Well, it's not really a mission, you just have to go here. And it's ideal because this road in front of this police station has very few taxi spawns. And you're going to want to jack this guy. Not off, just jack his car. This game doesn't have any jack-off DLC. And he'll try to punch you, but fuck him. And then we walk out. And we're going to text Ming in a second. We're going to text him once we get to our car. And that guy has politely left us with his car, even though we did not give him his hand job that he paid for. We're going to hold our phone out inside the car. And then we're going to text while we drive, because it's Hong Kong. And I don't remember if this is the right way or not. Yeah, this is the right way. And so we get here, and then that's the ideal way to get to this mission. And we do that because we want to have as little taxi RNG influence as possible. Alternatively, you could go here first and pray for good taxi RNG, because this trick is we're coming up on like the very first hardcore run killer. Like, there's a bunch of run killers. There's like 10 million of them. And they're scattered out all throughout everything. Also, this is a bad way to drive. But, the way we wanted to go is we wanted to go this way. We wanted to come around this bend here. Also, I'm going to turn my settings on low because this is murdering my PC. Another reason why I don't like running this game. I like how I turn everything on fucking low, and then it does all this bullshit. Alright. Maybe it's a 3D I have on though. I don't know. Turn that off. I don't even have a 3D computer. I wouldn't even care if I did. Alright, so anyways, we came from that street, and we would just come over here, and we go this way because it's straighter, and there's less traffic. Also, there's this weird mechanic in this game where you magically gain speed for half a second and then lose it to ram cars. And so right here, these are the first higher health enemies. You want to throw them into the insta-kill objects. That guy happened to be in a position where we could do an insta-kill on him. Then throw, and then throw. Alright. That guy doesn't matter. What you want to do is you want to get this guy... You want to kill this guy first. Pick up his crowbar, and then run over here. Target these guys with a targeting system. And that killed that guy. Stab the shit out of this guy. Throw the knife at this guy. Pick up the other knife. Throw it at this guy. And then that's the optimal way to do this section. Unless you get really lucky and the crowbar bounces off the two knife guys. And this is the most bullshit section that will infuriate you for your entire career of running this game. I'm just going to show it to you. And I missed it, but oops. You get one shot to reset. Well, you don't have to reset, but you may as fucking will. Because why the fuck would you want to spend the 30 seconds that it takes to get this trick if you missed it the first time? And you will have to fail the mission more than likely because your car will be in a very unideal position. But you gotta go fast. Also, it might look easy, like that car might look like it goes on a fixed path, but it doesn't. It will avoid you with super mobility. Like that van doesn't even go that fast, blah blah blah. Rubber banding, bullshit. You can't catch it. You just gotta hit it really fucking hard. And even if you hit it, you can still not actually get it. You can also check back if it did that, then you're really fucking good. That's like the best thing for it to do is flip, because then you can like get your car a little further. So now that it did that, we are very close to where the first mission finishes. Instantly the cops will spawn, and we want to wait 10 seconds before we can actually get rid of him, because it's only polite. And that should have been enough time. Now break his car, and then cops stop chasing you. They gave up. And this gate is open now. And that's the first mission. And now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna load your save. You're gonna load this save, your autosave. Make sure you don't load any of the other ones, because it'll actually switch out your game. Alright, now we're back up here. Since I still feel like playing a little bit, so we'll keep this first part going. I'm gonna get on the moped. We're gonna drive around the corner. We're gonna get to the other run killer. There's 2 run killers in a row. This is going to take us to the bus mission. I love Winston's face when that first starts. He just looks so fucking funny.
We're going on offense. Taking over Marlboro Drive. One man per
He looks like fucking Saitama.
Smack them around, no killing.
So here's a weird glitch with physics. If you hold the handbrake and you drift from side to side, for some reason, only with the bus, your acceleration is incredibly fast. Your top speed is still the same, but your acceleration is just fucking incredible. And then after you get to your max speed, you can let go of it. The only thing you can't run into is the fucking lampposts. Oh wait, can you? Yeah. Everywhere you go, it's faster to do like the last parts of getting to somewhere.
This is our stop now.
So right here, I like to throw the first guy, and then try to see if I can get these guys to focus the other guys, and ninja kill the high health enemies. So I'm gonna ninja kill this guy. I'm gonna check this guy's health. I'm gonna do a jump kick, and then 3-punch combo. If he stops fucking blocking is RNG, by the way. Now come over here and fucking kick Jackie's face in. You don't have to actually do the last part. I just like to do it. Right here, the game tells you the stupid fucking way to go. We're gonna go the other way, the smart way. Most of the time the game is right though, and you're wrong. Don't go over that fucking divider. For some reason that divider makes me always crash with the bus. You want to try to not ram into cars because it does a little slow motion thing whenever you do. So here comes the run killer. This bus is a piece of shit. We're gonna try to crash his car and just make him give up on life. So we're gonna do our little acceleration trick. We're gonna speed the fuck up. We're gonna catch this little shit. We're gonna try to... Alright, buddy. It's over. Give up. We're gonna hope he gives up pretty quickly. He's not giving up pretty easily. But hopefully you guys will get lucky and crash him into a fucking store, and then he'll just be like, nah dude, you're a god. And now we need to back up because we've got ourselves in a fucked position. We're gonna try our best to get out. Hopefully you crash his car really quickly and you can turn right onto the street and get these guys to spawn really quick. And now we gotta kill like 4 of those cars. So now we're gonna stick to the left side of the street, go kinda slow. 1. Ideally you get it in 2, but you can sometimes take 3. So 1, 2. Keep hugging the side of the street. 1 more, I think. Alright. And now you're a badass, so you're gonna drift. You're gonna get back to the little green marker over here. Alright. So those are the 2 run killers in like the first section of the game, like the hardcore run killers. Like if you don't get those tricks, just go fucking quit. Just go quit life. Right here. We're not gonna take a taxi. We're just gonna drive over here. And then we're gonna crash the bus. By crashing, I just mean block the street. I'm gonna run over here, pick up this mission, talk to this little shit.
Getting everything you need? Hold on. I haven't been back to Popstar since I left Dog Eyes. I'm not sure how he's gonna take it. Want me to talk to him? Yeah. I'm just about out. So grab my next shipment and make sure.
This is where RNG comes into effect again, but there's usually plenty of cars here. I hear cars honking. But it's just this little ship, this fucking bike. Here's an actual... Not great, but it's better. I'm gonna take that, drive up here. If you get a bike, you can come all the way up here.
Hey, is Popstar around? What? You Popstar? Who's asking? Look, I work for Winston. Dirty Ming's operating in our territory.
Make sure you're always running if you have your helmet on. Otherwise, Wei will stop for a second to take it off because he's a shithead.
In advance. I'll make it easy for you. A couple of deadbeat junkies owe me money. Guys used to deal for me before they became their own best customer.
Wei is eternally disappointed in all the people he talks to. This is OCD. Don't worry about the bike that you crashed. We're not going to be using it. Alright, so right here, you're going to grab this fat fucker. Toss him into here. Grab this other little shit, show him his boss, throw him into this fucking vending machine. Take it, nerd. Jump back up here. Run back up here. And we're gonna give Popstar our money because apparently drugs are stupid cheap in Hong Kong. Either that or we're just hella rich. Not sure which.
One of Winston's guys. Yeah? Guess son on you will take on
Anyone these days. Alright.
Who's that? Young Shen?
400 Hong Kong dollars.
Got my money? Got your money.
Whatever Hong Kong uses. No offense to anyone who actually lives in Hong Kong. Don't know anything about it. Here comes the cops. I think it's spacebar for me. It'll be something different for you, probably. What is it? Space. Alright, so spacebar. We got two options here. This guy's gonna be a shithead. But you can either follow this guy, Popstar. You can either follow him, run up here, and that'll make the cops go away. Or you can try to get lucky and hightail the fuck out of here in like a car. But it's difficult because the place you want to go is like back to the original guy we talked to when we started this mission. You gotta break into this car. If you wanted to run from the cops, you would just steal a cop car. So we're gonna call this person Ting. This is the first person we gotta call. You always want to try to text or call in a car. That's why it's also good. That's also why it's hard to run for the police, because you also got to take that phone call, and that phone call is going to take a second, and you don't want to take it when you're walking. Also, don't go the way the game tells you to, because you can just run up here.
Now I can start making money again.
Alright, so right here, you're going to wait to turn this off. Wait until you get up into your car, and then as soon as you get up to your car and you do, you're going to hit it, and then you're going to get in your car. And the reason we do that is because the game won't let you get in your car in a post-mission screen or whatever. Now we're going to do some vehicular manslaughter, some hardcore vehicular manslaughter. We're going to do some hard time, guys. Park your car up here in the ideal position for vehicular manslaughter, so that these guys don't notice you. The game will take you out of your car because it's really fucking cool. And then we're going to hope that you can run these guys over in broad daylight. Well, I actually have no idea what time it is because it's Hong Kong. Run on the outside of the street, or otherwise you'll start their aggro. And you're going to position yourself, line up right here, and good, we got it. Now get out of your car and toss this stupid nerd into the fucking drink machine. Run over here and let's do some hardcore hacking. Alright, so I'm going to explain this little mini game if you don't understand it already. So there's a 4-digit code that will unlock this. We have 6 tries. Ideally, you want to minimize the number of tries, and the way you minimize that is you either become a god at moving these numbers around, but if you want to talk a pure amount of number changes, this is the first combination you're going to want to enter. Alright, so we know 0 and 1 are now positions, are possible number, are some part of the combination. Ideally, since they're beside each other, you're going to want to change them, and then bring this down to 7, bring this down to 6, try it again. Alright, so it's still part of the combination. We know that. So at this point, we're stuck with a little conundrum. We can either use these 2 slots to move the numbers up to decrease the amount of number switches. Because right now, we know that the last 2 numbers are either 3 and 2, is 3, 2, 4, or 5, but we don't know which ones yet because there's still 2 slots left. So now we're going to do this and figure out which numbers they are. So it's 5 and 4. So now we know that 5 and 4 don't go here, but 4 might go here, 5 might go here. Except that we see that the first combination 0 and 1 didn't fit into either of the first ones, so these 2 are either 0 or 1. This is all a logic game, by the way. I'm just explaining it in case you don't understand logic games very well. So now we have this possible combination. So this should be... we basically have exhausted all the possible combinations. So we know it was that one. That would be a pretty bad in a real run. Having to guess that many times. Also, you can keep your phone open, and Wei won't take a second to put his helmet on until he actually starts the bike. This bike is so fucking fast, I wish we could keep it, but we can't. Watch out for traffic. If you need to, slow down. It's better than fucking crashing and going flying. Jump off your bike here, and then face plant, because Wei's a fucking smart guy. We're gonna go up here. Back to our apartment. We're going to do some snooping. We killed those guys, but since we're a cop, it's okay. Press down and enter twice really quickly, because you have control of this before anything loads. And then move before the camera comes up. You can like move your mouse down or your stick or whatever, and you can like just spam all right here, because there's no other guys around here to like target. Then walk back. I'm gonna wait to call Tang until I'm outside.
Inspector Tang, this is Wei. Fang Shan is down. Popstar will have to reach out to another supply. I'm thinking we bag them both at once.
I agree.
If I'm gonna get close to him, I'm gonna need a good disguise. Can you have your people send something over?
All right.
Alright, we're gonna stand right here, and then that's gonna instantly trigger the next mission as soon as this fucking phone goes away. And that's why you want to wait just a little bit. Not as long as I did, that was pretty bad. I probably wasted like 2 or 3 seconds. We're gonna get our shitty bike for this chick who has a hard-on for Asians. She actually does. I've read like the files and the lore and shit. Because I actually did once upon a blue moon play this game normally.
This is the Bam Bam Club.
And you can't like go any weird way. You have to go the way the game tells you to in this mission. Except for this, you don't have to go if it's like a GPS. You have to go to the markers. But this is the fastest way to get there. Because A, it's faster, and B, there's no fucking cars here. There's gonna be cars up here, but there's usually not many cars. If you haven't caught on yet either about like the traffic and shit, there's certain cars that spawn in certain areas more often than others, and then there's also a traffic density in every area.
This temple is a backdrop for, what was it, Fists of Carnage?
No, it was used in the grandfathers of the Shaolin Fist.
Alright,
Oh yeah?
and now we're gonna go this way.
Well, the trick to Hong Kong is learning to live by
In Chinese wisdom. One of those being run into motorbikes that are speeding past you. Dive right into them.
Don't text and drive, you know, that kind of thing.
Words to live by.
When you're driving the motorbike, just be careful is like the best advice, because I know a lot of people have trouble driving it. Like when you go through fences and shit like that, you want to be going a little bit slower or else you can just spin the fuck out. Try to park your bike about right here. Just lost fucking control of it, because you can save about 3 or 4 seconds. Alright, so when this starts, you're gonna want to target these guys with like the shift thing, or whatever it is, and then use that to input directional attacks. You can try doing it without it, but it's kind of annoying. And now we're gonna do a little special combo. It's a punch and hold.
I see time in America.
You gotta wait for this guy to stand up until the right moment. And you can like sort of guess it once you get the timing right. And then now we just need to beat the shit out of these guys. You can either spam jump kicks. If enemies if they group up, excuse me, you can do roundhouses and try to get the multiple ones at the same time. But since that hasn't happened to me, I'm just not bothering. There we go. Now all these guys are dead. I'm going to spam just get on my bike, and it wasn't in front of me. You want to park it right here, just a little bit in front of you. Remember the thing I talked about, way holding his phone? Since there's a text message we got to take right after this, that's why you want to just wait and let it stay up, and get on your phone, and then close it after you've started your bike. And then we're going to go here, and then there's a lot of RNG here because you're going to want to hope that enemies just cooperate with you. And then there is always traffic RNG. That's always a thing and GTA likes. Make sure your bike doesn't crash into anything or else the mission might fail.
You gonna let me in?
What do you think you're doing?
I got a message from Dog Eyes. You wanna tell him you sent me away?
Dog Eyes? Oh, sorry, of course. Come on in, sir.
And then do not double tap forward, because for some ungodly reason they decided that double tapping should mean you want to run. So wait till you get control of way and then just jog in. Don't run, or else you can run into the bouncer and that can fail the mission. Run right up to this guy, talk to him, try to position yourself so that way doesn't do any turning bullshit.
Nobody gets in without a hostess or the boss's approval.
I'm sure we can work something out.
Work something out with the hostess.
Then run back over here.
Whoa. Damn. Hey, what's your name?
I'm Tiffany. Nice to meet you.
I'm Wei. Wei Shen. You're a karaoke hostess, right?
I seriously think Tiffany's supposed to be retarded or something,
Sure.
based on the way she talks and moves. Or there's something wrong with her.
You have a bit of an accent. Are you from around here?
Yeah, originally, but, you know, I was in the States for a long time.
Now we just want to walk over this green
I always
marker.
wanted to go.
So, what's Benny like?
Benny? You mean the manager?
Yeah.
Well, Benny's nice enough. He always makes sure you get paid on time. Come on. Sing me a song.
So we're going to do the first one. First song, the only song we can do. You're going to be listening to the song multiple times during the run. Also, it's really hard to fail, so I'm just going to get into like the green, then I'm going to go take a piss. Max out, come on. You don't even have to max out. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna go take a piss. You can too. Literally just leave. Literally, just keeping the arrow in the center will get most of the notes on this song. There we go. Also, it's actually faster to get this
I like that.
dialogue from Tiffany.
I like
If
it.
you get in the green,
Back home,
it'll be a slightly longer
you'll be the
audio
person
line.
I talked to about that, right? Can I get a VIP room?
Yes, of course. It's much nicer up there. Go ahead.
I am taking questions even though I'm pretty sure no one's in my chat. If you have any questions about this game, aside from things about the Definitive Edition, because I don't know anything about it, if you want to run that, you're gonna have to research shit and how it's different. But as far as I know, this one is faster, this version. And here, this is pretty RNG. I like to run over here, and then try to run back over here. You want to max... We're going to kill all these enemies with ball kicking, for the most part. Run back over here, try to get a ball kick on this guy. Run over here, and then that basically like triggers these guys to start moving. Run back over here. You're going to have to do all this on the fly. Like, you're going to have to make all these evaluations. Most of the time, you're just going to have to deal with shit like this. These guys being fucking bastards. These guys are getting grouped up a little bit, so I'm going to try to ball kick them. So that worked out for me. Alright, so that would have been a pretty shitty fight. I could finish that fight at the most, like, 10 to 15 seconds faster. You don't need to kill these guys up here. Immediately jump down, run over here, aggro all these guys, and then you're going to want to try to get them to run over here. That was good, except for that this guy's a fucking asshole. This guy's like the bouncer or whatever, and if you want, you can throw him into one of the speakers to start off. These guys don't spawn until later in the fight after you kill a couple enemies, and that guy's a shit. So since he's being a shit, what you can do is you can take that time to wait for him to come over to you, and then you can wreck him. And alternatively, well, actually, this is what you do. Since I don't have meter, I have two options. I can either use this knife, which is pretty slow as you can see, or you can charge up your meter. Oh my fucking god. Fuck off, you little fucking nerd. Alright, now the enemies are actually afraid of you and you're regenerating health. And what's important is I gotta find this fat fucking guy. Here's the fat fucking guy. Okay, go in the bathroom way. Anyways, what you want to do is you want to charge up that, and then you want to... Then you can grab like any enemy when you're in that face time, is pretty much what it is. Did I kill this guy? You want to throw the enemies into the bath, into the fucking urinals, if I recall correctly. Anyways. That's the end of what I call the first day. And then if you have a solid first day, that's a pretty good basis. But it's just so difficult getting the first fucking day. Hello, hello.
Listening?
There's a little glitch right there. If you just run off a ledge perfectly, you can just kind of like float down to the bottom. Right here, if you don't see a taxi like immediately, just keep driving. But there's almost always a taxi here. Okay, I didn't want to do that. Now, whenever you charge your little taxi fare thing, you want to go basically to the front of the car, towards the lights or something. Because you can always accidentally just jack the car and just totally ruin your chances of getting a decent taxi. Because you jacked the fucking taxi. So this is pretty boring. We're just waiting here. And no way to speed this up. Funny thing, you can actually hijack his car. As you can see, there's an arrow to do it. And you can do it. The game doesn't fail you immediately. You don't lose like your suspicion or anything. Also, if he runs into any cars, it makes his suspicion on you get risen for whatever reason. If you want to try to be ideal, you can try to run cars out of his way, because this is like a careful AI. There's different AIs for like driving. Some of them just don't give a shit, and some of them will be careful like this guy. You can be in front of him or behind him. It doesn't matter which. I think we take a right here. But the game's like, don't lose your target. Alright. There's a little bit of speedy check we can do here. I'm gonna get ahead of him. And we have plenty of time. So we're gonna get all the way up here. And we're gonna jump out of the car. We're gonna jump out, wait, please jump out. And then he comes up, and if we had done it quickly, we would have already have gotten onto the rooftop and instantly triggered the marker, but we haven't. It's no big deal though. We have time to move the truck back into an ideal position as well, but now we have to wait. I'm gonna cut the stream after this mission, by the way. Hi, Kilo. Hey, Kilo, I have a question for you. Do you remember that thing that Dalinar did to clip out of bounds, kinda, in the first area to get that gun? Can you still do that? Because I couldn't do it when I tried it. Do you know what I'm talking about? By the way, if no one knows, this is the world record holder, Magic Kilo. The nerd, the legend. Right here, it's just literally waiting, waiting, waiting. I'm gonna wait for all these guys. Run over here. Can you try it? Because I tried to show people here, but I just couldn't do it, and there's no VOD of him doing it. I don't know if my PC just like got too good somehow randomly. Alright, now I need to run all the way over here. Oh, and he did it by toggling the graphics options. That's why I was going to ask if you can try it. And then now that we ran up there, we have plenty of time to waste. Why did they decline you? That's fucking weird. We're going to move the van. Because the van's not in a good position. I'll try it, I guess. But you know how I feel about running this game. But I can suppress my rage for one run, I guess. Alright, now we're gonna get back in the car. And we're gonna wait a second because the game is like weird. Alright, now we can call Ting. So we want to trigger the cops like ASAP. There's little alleyways they'll come out of. Can't recall if they'll come out of this alleyway or not. Oh. Alright. Well, if you can get it, that would be pretty cool. I just could not. I think they like fixed it or something. I hope they didn't though. So anyways, we gotta wait 10 seconds. I'll wait 10 seconds for the police. And if you're wondering why it's 10 seconds, it's 10 times your heat level that you have to wait. Come here. Come here. That was pretty shitty. This game has a lot of volatility. I think this crashes the game. Does it? No. I thought it did. I think I went the wrong way. Did I? Nah, yeah, I kinda did. So anyways, right here, you could either restart, like load your save and take the moped to drive up here, or you could try to take a taxi, or you could just drive. All of them have a difference of about 5 seconds. Taxi relies on RNG the most. If you took an optimal driving path, it would probably be just fine. So that ends the first day. That section of the game is pretty trivial. Bunch of fetch quests, basically. My roommate's gonna be home soon, so hold on. Let me read what Kilo wrote. I want you to fill out forms. Why don't you fill out the form, bruh? What is a CBA though? I don't know what that means.
Sure.
Alright, where is this? I don't remember where it's at. Alright, so we want to take this mission first. It's very important to take the case first. But we need to find a taxi. Here's some taxis. Alright. You want to co-commentate with me? Because you know how much I like this game. We can do that. Alright, so we get into our little souped-up race car first. Oh, can't be asked. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone use that acronym in a while. We're gonna take the texts, wait for the call to pop up, and then call him.
Yeah. I'm Wei. Wei Shen. You up for a race? Yeah, sure.
Fuck you. Piece of shit. Oops, I accidentally went too far. Ace is already dead. We don't have to do the missions anymore. The biggest skip of the game. I already have a video on bench skip, so I'm not going to talk about it. Right here, you just want to make sure that when you go up this ramp, that you're able to pass most of the cars. That's the goal here. Because these cars will bunch up. If you need to, slow down. It's very important that we have speed for this. And that guy just totally fucked us. But I'm going to still try to do this anyways. This weather run is also RNG. But I guess I'm not the kind of person that can accept that much RNG in a run. 95% of the time you'll be fine though. If you just like learn the patterns. Like this one's pretty good. You can ram ahead of them and then just don't pass the first car. That's the pattern that happens the most often. Ram through that fence. There's a bench right here, avoid it, ram through the fence again, get back into the line, and now we can go through the race. Watch out for the sidewalk there, because if you try to go too parallel with it, you can sort of do a little mini spin out. And now it's just driving. Pretty basic stuff. You just have to learn the line. I don't even think my line's good right now. I think I have a pretty shitty line. I think the rain might also affect driving, but it doesn't affect it that much. Right here, you don't have to brake, you can just hold right and then accelerate again. I have your world record pulled up, but the only reason I was doing this tutorial is because your world record doesn't show the escape from the first area with the gun. By the way, a good time on this race is sub 2 minutes for doing the skips that we do.
Good win. Lucky for you, those Amars kept getting in the way. 1 in a million shot.
You want a rematch?
Yeah, sure. I'll take it.
You're ready for the big time? Let me know.
Alright, for real, I'm going to do the next mission and then the little mini mission after it, and then I'm going to dipset.
My car is fixed.
Alright, now run into the highway and try to find a taxi and pull it over. I don't see any taxis, so I'm going to keep driving up this way because there's more taxi spawns up here. Taxi, taxi, taxi. Here's one. Alright, so get out of your car, queue up your little taxi thing. Now, don't take the taxi. Don't jack him. Because there's a little quirk with the way storage works for your cars in this game. It pulls up your last car that you officially drove. And since we officially drove this car last and we were just a passenger, that's what counts. And I'm going to show you the hard way first of doing this. Or rather, the pray to God that you don't get totally fucked in the ass way. As you can see, we're getting hardcore anally raped here. I'm going to have to upload this VOD to YouPorn instead of YouTube. Now, if you do this way, you can still kind of recover. But just ram him! This motherfucker. Alright, now we're gonna get some hardcore action. So the reason I wanted to do it that way is because there's a little quirk where you'll see. You just have to see. And also, I'm pretty sure I'm going the wrong fucking way. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way, god damn it. Anywho, in a couple seconds, I'm going to see a cutscene. And I want to get taken out of my car. Please. Alright, if you see the cutscene happening, jump out of your car, else your fucking car is going to disappear. And now, this guy's name is like some bullshit, I can't remember. His name is Duke. Anywho. Dude usually blocks you from going up here, but you just can like wait to call Raymond if you do this like the safe way. And the safe way is just to run up to the guy and do a little ninja kill by waiting for him because his path is not optimal. I don't think this trick is that hard. I think it's just inconsistent, but I do think it's possible. I'm showing it because the run is so volatile that if you want to get back on pace, sometimes you have to go for volatile tricks. That's like the purpose of these tricks. Is if your run is already fucked, but you just want to like YOLO swag them. That's what these tricks are for. Except for bench skip, you're never getting that fucking shit, dude. Also, for the little mini game with the calibrating the bug, the optimal way to do that is you can hear your little switch moving around before you start it. Also, it's different for a controller and mouse. You can probably do both of them at the same time with your controller. and you can get it before the actual screen comes up, basically. Let me read exactly what you said.
You okay?
No, I'm in big trouble. I really need your help, please.
What's wrong? Hello. Raymond, I got something. What is it? Something for the listeners. A weapon belonging to one of Dog Eye's men. You know Charlie Pang.
Wait, how did you get Charlie Pang's gun?
Never mind. Can you use it?
Right, maybe. Wait.
Alright, dude.
What are you doing?
Alright, so right here you can shoot shit before it even says you have to.
Okay, you ready? All right, listen. It's simple. We'll have to recreate the fight.
Sometimes these guys have like different dialogues. Sometimes they'll glitch out. Most of the time they won't.
First, he was in cover behind the barricade.
Get in fucking cover, Jesus.
Good. I want you to put some foot in.
Alright, you got a blind fire. So anyways, you can't pre-fire the blind fire.
By now, the van must have appeared on the
So
scene.
get ready to shoot these guys. You just memorize where they spawn. Headshots are kind of random in this game.
He must have run to over there.
A little bit.
Shooting at the guys over there.
I like to go for headshots.
There was a shooter.
You can go for body shots and just spam them out. That's your personal preference.
So he pushed forward.
The guy you're actually supposed to shoot comes from around the corner for some reason. But these shots in slow-mo, they're pretty accurate. Sometimes the tires glitch out, but they were good to me here. Alright, so as soon as you spawn, take a right. I know it's really disorienting. But just remember, go right. And then the cops are going to chase us, but we're going to abuse little quirks of the game itself that are there for intended purposes. And we're going to pray to God that a car doesn't completely blindside us. Get off at the Bam Bam Club. Run inside. Way has to take his helmet off because he's a gentleman. Run until you get this little blue thing on your map. And that is a way to lose the police before your heat level officially says you should be able to, which is pretty neat. Okay, so this is the end of what I consider like the first third of the game. Also, this sucks because traffic here is random. They didn't sometimes when you restart from checkpoint, the traffic will be clear, but it's totally random there, and these vans can get stuck on them. You don't want to get too far ahead of this guy until like the very end. Give me a second.
You're the new guy. Once you're inside, find your own gun and use it. Believe me, you're going to have some bodies on you before the night is over. Now listen, you're not a cop. As far as I'm concerned, one test.
So you want me to kill one of Dog Eye's drug dealers for who? Alright, here's the plan. Go to the back door. I'll look around. You wait for my signal to attack.
Thought my roommate was home. Just don't want to have any fucking extra audio in the background. Alright, so right here, we're going to do some precise shit so that our meter, which is our little yellow thing on the bottom left of the screen if you haven't caught on yet, we're going to make sure that it maxes out in the next section. Everything except for that one accidental light punch that I threw, you're going to want to do. As you can see, our meter is like ticks away from popping. Ignore all these enemies. They have no swagger, therefore they are not worth killing. Climb up here. You can't climb up at the very left for some reason, but right there is fine. Alright, we're going to jump, vault, and you can shoot, or you can try to jack this guy's gun. I like to jack his gun because that decreases the amount of enemies that are shooting at you. And now we're just going to tank all this shit. Sometimes you can get unlucky, sometimes you can get lucky. We've gotten lucky through the first part, now let's hope we don't get shot to shit. Alright, we're good. It's very, reliant to get through this area by just tanking everything if you do it that way. We're going to run to the bottom because if we don't, then we have to run with this guy the whole fucking time. But since he can parkour, there's no reason. Don't shoot that guy like that. You don't even have to shoot him. I just like to do it because I'm bored. Then stand about right here, aim over here, and we're going to wait for him. Grab him. Okay, game. So anyways, you want to grab him as he runs by you, and you're going to just run all the way out. There's only 2 swagless enemies over here. Run past them as they try to steal your swag. You're too fast. You're way too fast. So right here, we're gonna be a gangster pretending to be a cop who is actually an undercover cop. And we're gonna go on a police chase. But the police are chasing us. That's going to be a little bit of a problem, but not really. I'm going to wait to jack this guy, because I feel that it produces the most optimal outcome, and I'll talk about that in a second. Because the goal here is to escape the cops with 1 heat level and not get a reheat. Alright, so this guy's... Why is this guy being a bitch? Alright. Anyways, you have 2 options. You can either run, or try to shoot his tires out. And shooting the tires out is pretty random, to be honest. To shoot his tires out, he has to actually be driving, though. There we go, finally. So anyways, the optimal thing to happen is to just run away, but since cops rubber band like fucking no other, you sometimes will have to shoot, and sometimes you'll get a double heat level and you'll have to run for like 10 more seconds. Alright, so anyways, this concludes pretty much the first half of the game. Let me just recall if I need to get a taxi here or not. Taxi, map. What is this? Alright, so yeah, you want to get a taxi here. That one ran. It's kind of like stop traffic. There's one right here. I'll do this as well since it's like 5 o'clock traffic and my roommate isn't home yet. Actually, they're home right now, so I'll see you guys later.